A civilian airship that's blown off course due to the wind. What say you?
Well, this is a pretty classic script that we're watching be acted out. It's an intelligence operation, and they are intended to be out of the public eye and confidential, even if the country that is being targeted is aware of them. And there's a lot of kabuki dancing and that goes on in intelligence so that each country can avoid having to deal with a problem, a diplomatic incident. But when there is a flap, which is the CIA term for when an operation goes wrong, then there are classic steps that play out. And in this instance, the balloon was noticed, and it was noticed was made public. So the classic response of the perpetrator is to say, "Oh my goodness, there must be some mistake. It was a low-level person who exceeded his orders, or it was a balloon that blew off course that was trying to measure temperatures in the stratosphere." And that's what's playing out now. So far, it has followed the classic pattern of intelligence operations that are detected, and a slap on the wrist is given. In this instance, that is, it be made public, and also that the Secretary of State's visit be postponed. And now the next thing that would probably happen, if this follows the pattern where countries want to avoid escalation, is that the Chinese will say, "Oh, so sorry," and they will back off for a time. But we'll see.
Galit ang China sa US dahil sa pagpapasabog nito sa pinaghihinalaang espiyang balon. Nagalit ang China na ibinaba ng US ang lobo nito, isang pinaghihinalaang asset ng surveillance, noong Sabado. 6 na milya lamang ang layo ng pangunahing pagkawasak sa baybayin, at ang karagatan ay 200 talampakan lamang ang lalim doon. Ang matarik na continental shelf drop-off ay hindi nangyayari hanggang sa humigit kumulang 35 milyang marka sa baybayin sa rehiyong iyon. Ano man ang mayroon ay medyo madaling mabawi ng US Navy. Hindi lamang hinintay ng militar ng US na maging ligtas ito upang maiwasan ang mga pinsalang sibilyan o pinsala sa ari-arian, ngunit nilayon din nitong barilin ito sa pinakamababaw na tubig na posible para sa layunin ng pagbawi. Gayon din, tandaan natin kung ano ang magagawa ng pagbaril dito sa ibabaw ng lupa laban sa tubig, sirain ang higit pang mga bahagi sa epekto laban sa tubig. Hindi iyon ang gusto mo kapag susuriin mo ang isang bagay pagkatapos itong mabaril. Hindi mo nais na bumagsak ito sa 60,000 talampakan at pumutok sa lupa, gusto mong buo ang mga piraso. Sa tubig, posible yon. Dapat nilang matrace ang ruta ng lobo na yon ng eksakto sa paggamit ng radar. Nagpakita ba ito sa airport radar sa control tower? Umaasa ako. Nabanggit ba ito ng mga pilot ng airline? Paano mangyayari ang mga bagay na ito sa buong Amerika kung dapat tayong protektado ng husto ng trilyong dolyar na ginagastos natin bawat taon?
The Defense Department says the Chinese spy balloon shot down over the weekend was taller than the Statue of Liberty.
The Pentagon is now analyzing the debris from this massive balloon, which mainly fell into the Atlantic Ocean. Take a look at this video. It appears to show remains recovered by the Navy. The White House says at least 3 other surveillance balloons flew over U.S. territory during the Trump administration. That was discovered after former President Trump left the White House. Retired Air Force Colonel Scott Kane is with us now. Colonel, thanks for being here. So talk to us about the meticulous process that the Navy has to go through now when recovering the remains of this balloon and what they're hoping to learn.
Well, first of all, Elena, thanks for having me on. The process is very like a process where if we had a mishap with an aircraft and it crashed in the ocean, they would recover the aircraft in the same manner. They would go through every inch of the debris field underneath, and they would pick up every piece, and you could more or less put it all back together. Generally, we would put an airplane back together in a hangar, and so that we could analyze all the pieces and parts and see what went wrong with the crash. Well, in this case, we know why it was shot down. However, the process will allow you to configure the balloon and the payload to see what was in it and what the different sensors available were, so that we could analyze it and get intelligence from it.
Isipin na maglagay ng 2 cubic meter desktop PC na may hand grenade sa loob nito pagkatapos ay pasabugin ito sa 60,000 talampakan at pagkatapos ay subukang hanapin ang lahat ng maliliit na fragment ng motherboard na kumalat sa 50 square miles ng karagatan at karamihan sa mga ito ay naging alikabok na nagkalat. Sa lahat ng direksyon sa pamamagitan ng hangin na may iba't ibang lakas sa iba't ibang altitude sa panahon ng taglagas, at sa tingin nila pagkatapos gumamit ng sumasabog na missile para pababain ang SPY balon ay magagawa nilang pagsama-samahin muli ang lahat at malaman ang mga kakayahan nito. Parang weather balloon talaga. Walang saysay sa akin ang pagsubaybay. Bilang isang dating Navy Tactical Officer, hindi ako makahanap ng isang kalamangan sa isang lobo na wala pa sa China sa maraming iba pang mga instrumento na mayroon sila. Oo, nawala ang balon na yon. Ito ay isang magandang katwiran upang alisin ang sariling pananagutan at responsibilidad. Gusto ni Xi Jinping na ipakita sa mundo na ang kanyang birthday balon ay aksidenteng natangay sa kontinente ng North America ng Kuroshio Current, kaya hindi niya kasalanan dahil ito ay gawa ng kanyang Diyos. Parang mga kalokohan lang sa NBA game.